Runner.
Just two runners.
Runner. Although I think, like everybody else, when I saw Runner, I thought it was a Blade Runner because there's all the Blade Runner stuff going on. And Runner doesn't actually mean anything unless you know
What's the
something
Blade
about
Runner
gambling.
stuff going on?
Well, they're redoing Blade Runner, aren't they? Anyway,
Okay.
so it's essentially the story is Justin Timberlake, young guy struggling to finance his way through Princeton, decides to up his earnings by gambling online, loses all his money whilst gambling online, but realizes that he has been cheated by this online gambling thing, so decides to go meet the head of the online gambling empire, played by Ben Affleck, clearly kicking back and relaxing after all those Oscar-winning exertions of Argo, playing Ivan Block, who is now living in Costa Rica and running this online gambling empire. Apparently, it's the new American dream. Here's a clip.
Welcome aboard. This is the house. I never in a million years thought I'd have something like this.
Why the house?
Because the house always wins. Which is why we don't have to cheat people.
But the math is right. Am I missing something?
No, you didn't miss anything. We missed something. I'm very grateful. And I am nothing if not world class at showing my gratitude. So, your account has been credited with the amount of money that you lost.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Well, listen. I put a little something extra in here for your troubles. Try to get you through your masters. I think that ends our business here. Unless, of course, you feel like sticking around and taking a shot at a real business. Guaranteed 7 figures in the first 18 months. Guaranteed 8 figures in the first 3 years. So what do you say? Is it Newark, or do you stick around here with me?
What do you think?
Funny thing about the film is, it's directed by Brad Furman, and, you know, I like the play. I mean, I like Ben Affleck, and I think Justin Timberlake's interesting, and Gemma Arterton, I think, is a very, very good actress. But as you watch it, and it starts at the beginning, there's a lot of kind of, you know, this...
Starts at the beginning.
It starts
as
at the beginning. There's a lot of this sort of stuff about saying, hey, gambling is this, gambling is that. It's all to do with maths. It's all to do with the new American dream. And now we've got to understand it. And, you know, we think, OK, fine, it's a bit sort of social networky. It's a bit, you know, that thing about lots of explanation because there's a whole, you know, very modern, very up to date. It's online, it's gambling, it's this. And then he goes to Costa Rica. And then you go, oh, no, it's that other film. It's that film about the young guy goes to meet the, you know, the lovable criminal overlord, and he says, come into my world. And at first he does, and then of course the lovable criminal overlord has got a mole played by Gemma Arterton, and he's going to sort of start having maybe, you know, a kind of romantic, and that's going to set him against things. And you know what, being led into that world is going to create problems because he's going to be taken aside by the authorities who say, we need a way into that. And you suddenly realize, for all the appearance of modernity and, you know, up to the moment contemporary subject matter, online gambling, new American dream, you go, yeah, that's a very, very old-fashioned film. And the problem with it is that outside of an occasional nicely slimy performance by Ben Affleck, who I think is very good, but is honestly phoning the performance in. It's like he's done, you know, look, I did a Terrence Malick film, and I did Argo and all that stuff, and now I just like to lie on this yacht, which is called the house. That thing when he says it's called the house, why? Because the house always wins. You think, you know, I got the joke. You're a gambling king and you're on a yacht that's called the house. Did you really need to shout?
Well, maybe you do have to shout
really?
These things and underline it. Yes.
Really?
Yes, I think so.
He's a gambling king and he's on a yacht, and the yacht is called the house. And the guy goes, why is it called the house? And the whole audience, as one goes, because the house always wins.
Yeah, but that was a cinema full of critics who know these things.
Yeah, well, you're making two assumptions. Firstly, about the lack of intelligence of the general public, which is totally wrong. Secondly, about the general intelligence of the critical fraternity, which is equally wrong.
I have full respect for critics.
Okay.
I think they're very important.
I'm very glad.
And
you
anyone
think
who suggests that they're not needed is wrong.
Yes, they are absolutely wrong. I'm not even going to do the joke at the end of that. Thank you very much.
you.
Anywee, it is very...
Other people did.
Other people did. Very generic and ultimately rather dull, which is a shame. And Gemma Arterton is sorely underused. I mean, she all she is the mole role, and she needs to be doing much more than that because she's actually a very good actress.